Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of DudeWutPodcast. My name's Harry Dowling, and it's a real special one for y'all today. Not only am I joined with the one and only Mr. Callum Hamby. Say hi, bro.
Hey, how's it going?
But we are also joined with Mr. Adam Grizzly Bear Homer. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, man. Really good to be on, especially the old Hambo.
Yeah, well, I thought, as you guys know, I sort of juggle you guest hosts, and you guys were both free tonight. And I was like, I got to take full advantage of that and have you both on, because both you guys' episodes in recent weeks have gone down really well. So I thought, yeah, let's get you both on, and we'll just come up with something. Hamby, let's start with you, man. What have you been up to this week, dude?
Nothing much. Had a fun weekend living the bachelor life till he went away on Saturday night. So
yeah.
Me and you were up until 2
in
in the morning
dude.
playing
So,
Xbox.
Adam, mate, I haven't done this since it was like high school days, up until 2 in the morning on Call of Duty.
Man.
Yeah,
and
we were playing Call of Duty.
We were playing Call of Duty. We drank a lot of beers. I had 7 cans by the end of it. Don't know how much you had, Hamby, but I think we were
Something
both a
like
little
Couple shandies.
yeah. I think we were both a little sort of gone by the end of it.
Yeah. It was nice actually. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a really good time. Yeah. Anything else, bro?
No, nothing much really. Nothing that I guess we'll come on to it.
Just hang in.
Yeah.
How's work going?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty busy at the moment. So
Yeah.
No, it's not too bad. It's weird that January is finally over. It felt like January lasted forever.
See, I feel like January's
nearly over.
only just started.
Yeah, same.
Really? Oh, I felt like it lasted forever.
Oh no way. Grizzo, man, what about you? What have you been up to this week, dude?
Just juggling my dog, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's been really, really good. Made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
But it's been hard work, man. Really hard work. Tiring.
That's puppies for you.
Yeah. Really tiring, but it's good to see the progress I'm making with them though, so quick.
Oh, good, man. Really good to hear. So I was going to say, we've basically all got sort of dog news this week. A few days ago, a few weeks ago, I had a chat with Fee, and Fee was like, you need to be careful with your podcast because there's a big chunk of every episode is now dedicated to you and Hamby just talking about your dogs. And I was like, yeah, but it's news, isn't it? We've both got dogs, and it's just what we talk about. And I knew you were coming on today, and obviously, last I spoke to you properly was probably on the last pod. We've sort of messaged a little bit, and you sent some pictures and things, but you have gotten a new puppy since the last pod. Hamby's got a bit of dog news. I've got a bit of dog news. Let's start with you, Adam. How is he, man? What's his name? What we sort of briefly went through it, but what is he and how's he getting on?
So his name's Moose. He's
classic
we
name.
think he's about really good name. Fits him really well. He's probably about 4.5 months old, but we're not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But we've had him now 2 weeks since Saturday, which is mad. It feels like a lot longer than that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's gone really quick, and it was such hard work at the start. We had so much energy. But now, to be fair, he's settled in really well. Toilet training's gone really well.
Yeah.
It was a bit difficult the first few days. A couple of turds in the hallway.
Yeah.
I mean,
that way.
Yeah, there's one bit in our hallway. I mean, obviously you've seen it, haven't you? It's a little bit slanted, isn't it? It's a bit downhill, the hallway is. And we took a piss about halfway down the hallway.
Oh.
So we ran down to get some kitchen roll. It came back. It was like a waterfall of piss coming down the hallway.
Oh, no.
No, but he's good as gold, honestly. He's so gentle. He's so good with adults, kids, and other dogs.
Yeah.
And I mean, him and Nara are getting on really well at the moment.
Good to hear,
which is really, really good. Making massive progress.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. That's great news. Yeah, that's really good.
I don't
Hamby,
miss having a puppy. Well,
yeah, Hamby, you've got a little bit of doggy news. What's up with old Herv?
Oh well. So I took him out for a walk on Sunday morning, and the bit of the park that I go to, I normally let him off lead. So he's sort of walking off lead, sorry. You know, like throwing a ball for him and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we were walking past, and I see this woman, and she's got a whippet. So my dog's a whippet, and this other dog's a whippet. And their whippet was off lead. And if their dog's off lead, I don't really care if Hervey walks over to it or runs over to it, because
It's like if it's off the lead, it's sort of like fair game kind of thing.
Yeah. And Hervey's recall's reasonably good, so he goes over to it, and and this dog like just goes for him. And I didn't really know what happened at the first. Basically, like this whippet was faster than Hervey, it was a bit bigger than Hervey, and he knocked him over, and Hervey like squealed. And I was like, I called Hervey over. Hervey came over to me, and I grabbed him, and this other dog came running up to me and started like barking at me and Hervey. I was like in between the two dogs, and I sort of said to the woman, I was like, "Can you call your dog over?" And she was like on the phone, like 20 meters away, and I was like, "Can you please call your dog over?" And eventually, she just basically just walked off with the phone in her hand. And I was like, what the fuck? And I sort of like checked Hervey over, and I was like, okay, he's fine. He was just being a bit dramatic, and he was just we carried on with our walk, and he was just being really, really nervous, like he wouldn't leave my side, basically.
Yeah.
And then carried on with the walk, and he was okay. And then in the evening, my girlfriend came home, and I was sort of giving him like a belly rub, and I noticed like the inside of his thigh was like all like bruised. I was like, what the hell? And I turned him around, and there was like a full on like puncture, basically, where he'd been bitten.
Shit, man.
Oh man.
But he wasn't like acting weird or anything. So we went to the vets last night and just had them clean it up, and they gave us some antibiotics. But yeah, he's fine. It was just more annoying more than anything that we had to pay the vet bill. And
well, you sent me a picture, and like it looked painful. Like, poor boy, like
he's all right.
Thigh bite.
Yeah, it took a proper like chomp at him, like kind of thing,
Yeah.
But and then the other annoying thing as well is that the way that the park is near me, like I was on the bit where like you're quite far away from the footpath, because when I'm on the footpath I have him on lead.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust him. He'll go after like geese and stuff like that and other dogs. So I have him on a lead when I go on the footpath. But where I was, it was okay to have him off. This woman walked off towards the footpath, and I saw her like walk along the footpath with a dog off lead still, where there's loads of other dogs walking around on lead and things. And I was like, God, I don't blame the dog for biting Hervey, but I still would have liked it if she was at least just put her phone down. And
like paying attention. Yeah,
or was at least a little bit apologetic about it.
Yeah, but I mean, definitely, like if we're walking Zeph and we see that like all the dogs around, like sometimes they'll put their dog on a lead. We'll then put Zeph on a lead, because it's like there's a reason why those dogs are on leads. Like it's just sort of like the code. You don't just let your dog stay off the lead while all the other dogs around him are on leads.
But also, like if you know your dog, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't think that's the first dog that dog's bitten.
No, probably not. Yeah.
So when it's like that, like you just have to be responsible and either keep your dog on a lead or put a muzzle on him, or both. Like, so yeah, a bit annoying, but he's fine, honestly. He's fine.
At least he's okay.
I was a bit worried that he might be a little bit scared of the dogs, but the dog. I rang the dog walker today because she took him out today, and she said he was fine. He was running around.
Oh, that's good, because I obviously told Fee, and I showed her the picture like as soon as you sent it me, and we were just like, oh no, like because he's still young. Like, really hope it doesn't affect him.
He's a. I mean, Harry's met Hervey. He's a very, very confident for a whippet. He's very, very confident.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
he's a bit of a nutter actually, but like he's pretty. He's never scared of dogs or people or anything like that. I'll always run up to them and try and like play with them and stuff. But yeah, he's one of those things. He's fine.
Man. Well, speaking of dogs being under the weather, as you know, Hamby, I don't know if I've spoken to you about it, Grizzo, but Zeph's been really ill for about a week now.
Really?
In my area, and sort of like the greater area, there is like a gastro something virus going around. It's actually been on the news. Like a couple of puppies have like died from it, unfortunately.
Shit, man.
But yeah, it's on like all these Facebook groups. Like dogs are going out and they're just getting sick. And it started last Sunday, not the one just gone, the one before.
Yeah.
Zeph went out for his big walk. Every Sunday, Fee meets up with a load of her friends, goes on like a great big dog walk for a few hours. And one of the other dogs is a collie. And basically, later on in the evening, Zeph was fine when we came home, but later on that evening, the friend with the collie texted Fee and was like, just to let you know, Ollie is the dog's name. He's been diarrhea, vomiting, he's not eating, and he's like lethargic as fuck, basically. And she was like, I think it's this thing, blah blah blah. And we were like, oh shit, hope he gets better. Like that's not good. And then the next day, except for the vomiting, it was like the same thing with Zeph. He literally like wasn't touching his food. He's like lying around. He's like,
Just not himself.
So for days now, we haven't let him out. So for days now, we've been trying to feed him up because Zeph is already a skinny dog. Like he is skinny. He's so skinny now, and we feel so sorry for him. Like, so we're trying to beef him up, But today is the first day that it looks like he might have his appetite back a little bit. Because he's eaten like most of everything we've given him, and like I say, we're trying to beef him up, so we're giving him a lot of stuff at the moment, and cut his exercise right back, so he just puts on that little bit of extra weight. But yeah, apparently they get it from like drinking from puddles and stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
So they're saying if you're out on a dog walk, don't let the dog drink from a puddle, and wash his paws before you bring him back in. But yeah, we now know about 4 or 5 people that have all got the same thing going on. And they've been to the vets, and it's like there's literally nothing you can do other than let the dog ride it out.
Yeah, just let it pass through the system.
Yeah. So Zeph's been a real, under the weather. So last night, to make him feel a bit better, me and Fee sat on the sofa. We let him in the room and let him on the sofa, which is something we don't usually do. And we put on a film on Disney Plus called Togo, with Willem Dafoe in it, all about a sled dog, a true story. And he sat there and watched this film, man, like. And it was a good film. I do recommend if you haven't seen Togo with Willem Dafoe. True story about a load of sled dogs. Really cool. But yeah, so we did that to make him feel a bit better.
What way to perk him up?
Yeah, try and perk him up. So he's like, all these dogs are barking and running, and he's like, his ears are up and everything. He's loving it. Man.
Yeah, well, hopefully he feels better soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
He's more Willem Dafoe.
Sorry,
sorry, I'm talking over everybody. I don't mean to. I got to admit, Adam, I don't envy you being in the first 2 weeks of having a puppy. It was a bit of a nightmare the first like month or so of having our dog.
Yeah, the way you speak about it, Hamby, it genuinely like it's like that Vietnam like flashback meme.
It's like PTSD.
Yeah.
No, he was just a bit of a dick like when he was younger, like. Just plain simple. I was saying to Harry on Saturday, like over the last like 2-3 months, he's nearly a year old now. Like over the last 2-3 months, like he's way 100% more chill than he was. Like he doesn't do anything. He's basically a cat.
Adam, I would say if Moose, if you're not yet thinking Moose is a dick, it will come. Give it time.
Oh no! About a week ago, I was like, "This guy's a fucking asshole."
Yeah.
But now, the thing about him, right? Even though he's a puppy, because he was a rescue dog, he's a bit older than he would be if you've got a puppy normally.
Yeah.
So normally you get a puppy at like just over 2 months old, where we got him at 4 months old, so he's a bit more mature anyway. But the thing that was really annoying was his teething was really bad when we first got him. So he wanted to bite everything. He just see red, go fucking mad.
Yeah.
Bite shit, throw stuff around. Where now, all of a sudden, it's like just stopped, and he's just got so much more relaxed. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's really good, man. I mean, a minute ago you mentioned that he was getting on with Nala, your cat. So I've said a few times on the podcast that our cats are sisters. Cool story of how that happened. I'm sure I've spoke about it on the pod, but I cannot wait for you to because they're sisters. I'm sure this will happen, but I cannot wait for you to experience the cat and the dog being best friends, because it's genuinely one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah,
like Eowyn and Zeph will sit together, they'll play together. They just love being with each other, and that you will get that, honestly.
The thing is, like, we can see it happening already because she's quite a nervous cat anyway. Because same with you, obviously, they were lockdown cats, weren't they? Indoor lockdown cats. So when we had it before we moved to the house, we were in a flat. So it was just us, me and Hannah in the flat. You know, Hannah's mum would come over, like I might have a friend over, so she wouldn't really see many people. So whenever she hears a doorbell or anything, she usually runs and hides under the bed, and that's like her safe space. Where since we've got Moose, she stays downstairs all the time now.
Oh,
like,
good.
She literally, like, if he's sleeping, because he's got like a little pen in the dining room we created for him, she'll go in there and watch him sleep and stuff.
Yeah. Curious, man. Curious cats. The way they are.
She's so curious. But yesterday or the day before was the first time we let him in the living room. And,
are you going to let him in the living room for future?
Yeah. So we will in the future. Like, no, normally we will. We like building it up slowly at the moment.
Yeah,
so when
course,
he's sleepy and he's chill, we'll bring him in. So he's sort of associating the living room with being sleepy and chill. So just come in there and relax.
Yeah.
But like the other day, he came in and just fell asleep right in the middle of the room. And Nala came in, walked around the whole outside of the room, just watching him, and then walked up to him and sniffed his head when he was asleep, and then ran off.
Yeah, man. Cool. Yeah, it's so cool. Like, whenever most of the time when I get up, Zephyr is, because it's so early, Zeph's like still in bed, still in his big basket with his legs up. And sometimes, the cat's, she's kind of weird. Sometimes she'll get up with me and come downstairs. Sometimes she'll just stay in bed. But sometimes, she comes downstairs with me, and like literally the first thing she does as we go into the kitchen is she walks up to Zeph. Zeph's like, he's awake, but he's still lying down. And they boop noses. And they do it all the time. They just give each other a nose boop, and then they just, But no, the funniest thing they've been doing recently is, do you have Tails, by the way? Tails, the food subscription thing.
Say it again.
Sorry, man, I didn't catch that.
What did you say?
I said, do you have Tails, like the food subscription?
No, but I'm looking into something doing similar though.
Well, if you want, I mean, we've got vouchers, like discount vouchers and things for Tails. Tails is so good. Genuinely recommend the hell out of it. But anyway, the Tails box arrived, and I put it in the kitchen, and it was almost like the cat straight away jumped on it, was like, this is mine. And Zeph was like coming up to her, and she was just batting him away constantly, and he was kept trying, but she was just like, nah. She's so fast, like slapping him on his nose. And it was just great fun. Like, it was great to watch them. They played for like probably about 20 minutes. Yeah, really cool.
No, it is good to watch. I'm looking forward to it unfolding more over the next couple of weeks.
It'll come with time. So you sent me a picture the other day, and he's or you might have put it on your Instagram. It's like you were out with him on the lead. Yeah. He already looks like about 2 times the size of Zephyr, and Zephyr's about half as big as Hervey. Again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He looks like he's a big lad, bro.
He's going to be big. The thing is, it's weird because obviously I'm used to Marty, who's a big Labrador.
Yeah.
So when I compare Moose to Marty, he seems small, but he's really big for his age. So he is going to be big, but I'm fully prepared for it. Cool.
Yeah, I think you can always tell how big a dog is going to be by like the width of their their legs.
Oh, it's chunky.
And the width of their paws.
Chunky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, mate, like you'll have to keep coming on the pod and keep us posted, and of course keep sending us both pictures and things. And can't wait until he's old enough. Because if we go back roads, we're actually only half an hour from you.
Yeah, I can meet halfway.
Yeah, we're really close to you. Like when we left yours the last time, because on the way there we actually went on like motorway way, and it actually took a fair amount of time. But when we came backward way, and we were like, "What the hell? We're right there. Like we're literally
it's not far at all, really.
We're literally half. And if we still lived in our last house, we'd be like 10 minutes from you.
Yeah, mate, it's close.
So definitely looking forward to meeting up, having a walk, and of course getting Hambus down as well, getting you down, bro.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
We'll all go on a bit of a trek.
I come down once every. Well, to be fair, I come down quite a lot actually now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, by all of us, I'm sure there's places. There's loads of nature places by me. It's great. Yeah.
When I came up last time to we bought the dog. And Hervey and Zeph met for the first time, and they basically just like ran around. But they literally ran around the garden for like it felt like an hour.
Yeah,
and it was like they were inside, and like Hervey like fucking like ran straight into the water bowl, didn't he? Like sent like water everywhere. And it was like, yep, you're going outside.
Yeah, yeah. No, they got on. They got on really well. I think Zeph has this thing where he does love all dogs, but he loves dogs that are like just sort of smaller than him, with the exception of Blue the Staffy. And Adam, I don't think I told you, but you'll have to listen back to that. It's on a podcast, the whole story of Zephyr and Blue the Staffy, because that was one of the worst nights in a long time.
Really?
But yeah, you'll have to listen back to a pod, because I don't want to go through all that again.
Yeah,
I think it's some good. Like... Sorry, man. What are you saying?
I was gonna say, is it because Zeph, like if he's got a dog that's bigger than him in his house, do you reckon that's why?
No, because the Blue the Staffy was smaller, way smaller.
Oh, okay. Maybe it just wasn't sitting right with him or something.
I think that, like I said, like Blue the Staffy tried to protect us against Zeph in his own house, and Zeph was just like, "No, mate."
Yeah.
Because
anyway,
yeah. But apart from all the dog stuff, I forgot to mention my week. Not a whole lot happened. I sliced into my finger pretty badly. You can see it on there. It's healing up nicely, but spent ages sharpening a new knife, going, "Oh, this is so good. This knife's going to be amazing." Cut, slice, down, straight into the finger. Gushing, arm in the air for, half an hour. Idiot. And then I burnt my thumb getting a pizza out when I was on Xbox with Hamby. So,
was it after the 7 cans of beer, was it? Or
it was during the 7 cans of beer, during. I did this thing where I just went to grab the pizza, but as soon as I was about to touch it, I looked away and just carried on, and I just went, full on. But because I'd had a few, I couldn't feel it, so I was like, I just felt, I heard the noise and was like, "Ah, damn it!" Burnt my other hand.
Hey, Adam, do you remember when you dropped that chicken stuff at Harry's place on Pershing? That just reminded me of that.
Saucy barbecue chicken.
I have a picture of that. So for everyone listening to this, what happened was Adam stayed around my house, but I think your mom had made you like a barbecue chicken meal to be cooked, and you banged it in the oven.
Saucy.
But it was in like a wobbly, like silicone dish thing.
It was a silicone like dish, yeah.
And as you pulled it out, so I know what happened. You said to Hamby,
"It was Hamby. You fucked me over."
It wasn't my fault. It was not my fault.
You said to Hamby, "Open the oven door." Right, Hamby, rather than opening the door and holding it open like a normal person,
he let go of it.
Decided that he was going to open it, swing it open, and let go of it, so that while Adam's arms are in the oven, it swings back, hits Adam on the arms, which makes him jump, and makes him fully just spilled sauce chicken all over the floor.
Silicone! It was because it'd been in the oven for like 30 minutes. It was all like floppy and everything.
Yeah, and I tell you what though, it was definitely like he still ate that chicken. I say he because for whatever reason. Oh, he's back for whatever. He's back. But yeah, he still ate that chicken, didn't you, man? You still ate it.
Oh, I was hungry. I had to, but that was the sauciest chicken you could possibly drop on the floor.
Yeah, I think I've got that on video as well, and you're literally like, "No, the chicken."
Oh, that was so funny.
I carried that chicken all the way from my house to the train station in Worcester, caught a train, walked to your house. It'd been like a 4-hour trip around Worcester just to be dropped on the floor. It wasn't going in the bin.
Oh, damn. Well, Adam, I just saw you swig something. I'm getting real thirsty. I think everyone at home is probably getting real thirsty. So let's launch into everyone's favourite segment. It's What Are We Drinking?
What are we drinking?
All right. What are we drinking, everybody? Have you all got beverages? What have you got, Adam? I just saw you swig something. What have you got?
Nothing special, same as last time.
Yeah.
So, again, underprepared. I don't have a beer on me. Which is
gotta
really
keep some in the house,
to be
bro.
honest.
Gotta keep some in the house.
I know, it's really unlike me, to be honest. I think since Christmas I've just gone, I just haven't bought anything. But got Captain Morgan's Tiki with a bit of Pepsi Max.
So you bigged up the Tiki last time, but you said with lemonade. What's it like with Pepsi Max?
Not as good, but it's still
Okay.
good. Lemonade's
Because
the
I really dislike Pepsi Max. Like, normal Pepsi, fine, but Pepsi Max, not a fan. It's got like a weird taste. I imagine that messes with it a little bit.
No, I mean, I prefer Pepsi Max.
Oh, really?
Straight out the can, nice little fizz, nice sharp, sweet taste. But yeah, to be fair, the tiki is really, really good.
You're describing the Pepsi Max like it's a fine wine, bro.
It is a fine wine.
Stevie Boy likes the tiki rum.
Yeah, it was Steve that introduced me to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I had some and I was like, "Oh, that's nice."
It is good. The thing is, it's dangerous because it doesn't taste alcoholic.
Yeah,
but it definitely is.
right. Yeah. So
It's
just
good
swigging
stuff,
swigging the tiki with the Pepsi Max looks good, man. I think I last tried it. I had a little sip of Steve's, but that was it. Hambus, what do you got today, bro?
It's a last minute job.
Yeah.
I went to the corner shop and got a pint can of Stella.
Nice.
That's worse than me. That is.
No, Stella's good, man. Stella gets a bad rap.
Stella's alright. It's a pinty as well. Big,
massive big
can.
boy. I mean, for everyone who has never tried a Stella, what's it taste like?
It tastes like. It tastes like lager. No, it's not. To be fair, I don't mind Stella. It's actually it's alright.
Out the can though. Out the can.
I drink all my beers out the can. To be fair.
Yeah, I really don't mind Stella at all. I think it's all right.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. They reduced the strength a few years ago, and everyone was kicking off about it.
Oh,
it was like 5.2% up until like 3 or 4 years ago, and
What's
they
it
were
now?
like, we're changing 4.6. It's still
Oh,
fine,
okay.
anyway. But everyone was obviously everybody kicked off about it. You know, people whose favourite drink was Stella.
Yeah. All them alkies down the park. You know, there's
Yeah.
old men kicking off because they can't.
It's not something I buy. I have it. I'd say, you know what? I probably have it in pubs more than I have it like in a can. Like
I'm probably the other way around. The Morrison's over the road from me does Stellas, and every now and again I will just get 4 Stellas, like because it's like if you can't be bothered to look and you decide, it's like just grab some Stellas, you know where you're at. You know,
exactly.
go home, put the tank top on, listen to some Pete and Baz. And,
The tank top with some baked bean stains on it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's it. That's the one. Nice, Hamby. So I went to the big Asda by my work, right? And I was like, I got to get a beer. I do actually have an ice cold can of Jaipur, which is my favourite beer, hands down, in the fridge. But I've already had that one on one of these Dude What podcasts, so I thought I got to mix it up. I got to try something new. I went to that Asda, right? And for some reason, all of their craft beers were marked at like 90p, 80 to 90p per can. And there was literally like nothing left. And I was like, this is weird. Like, why is everything at 80p? I had a little bit of a rummage and I actually managed to find one. So it was cheap. I bought it. It is Salt Jute Session IPA. So it's an IPA. It's 4.2. Being a session, I would kind of expect it to be like 3.5 because I thought that was the whole point of session beers, was that they were like really low percentage so that you could keep them going, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Salt Beer Factory. I'm trying to just have a little look at where it's from. It just says like, you know, it's all about our homeland and stuff, but like it's in the UK. It's in the UK. Salt Beer Factory, Saltaire. I'm probably saying that wrong. I don't know.
Scotland.
It could be Scotland. It could be, yeah. Yeah. So it just says it's crisp, light, and refreshing IPA. Juicy, hazy. I do love a hazy beer. In quite a cool can. It's like a bee sort of beehive.
Yeah, it does look cool.
Black and yellow thing going on here.
It's near Bradford.
Honeycomb.
Oh, okay. Right. All right, well, I'm going to crack this. I'm going to crack it extra close to the mic for all those ASMR fans out there. It didn't go all over me this time. God, Adam, I don't know if you've heard the last episode, but that was
I did
a
hear
mess.
it, yeah.
That was a mess, dude.
Had to clean it up, didn't you?
Yeah, well, this is it. It's gross that it's still sat next to me, but this was it. This was the offender. Yeah, man.
Didn't it taste like shit as well?
It was fucking awful. It was horrible. Oh, this smells good. It's nice. It's definitely crisp. It's very fizzy, which is kind of weird. The flavour is there, but it sort of goes away quite fast. But it tastes like it should be a 6%er. It's kind of weird, that. It tastes a lot stronger than it actually is. That's something that Tomo would hate. He would genuinely probably throw up in his mouth after drinking this. Yeah, it has that strong alcohol flavour, but it doesn't really have any sort of hoppiness. This tastes like it could be a soft drink, but like with an alcoholic flavour kind of thing. Weird one. But cool can. Sorry, I keep swigging it because I can't. I'm so confused by it. Yeah, it just disappears and then it's gone. It's like
out of 10. What do you give out of 10?
Are we doing points or is it solid?
We can do
numbers?
points. Yeah, we can do points.
4.6.
4.6.
Yeah. It's under 5. It's under halfway, so it's not average. It's below average, but just a bit below average. But I mean, I'll still drink it. It was miles better than the sharp tongue grapefruit from last week.
It must have been bad then.
Yeah, honestly, man, I don't know why I bought that thing. Yeah. So, boys, we've all had our beverages. Hopefully, everyone listening to this has had a nice, tasty drink while you're listening to it. Not if you're driving, obviously. That'd be weird. But here's an idea. If you want to suggest something for me and my my guest co-hosts to drink, send us an email, dudewutpodcast@gmail.com, anywhere, at DudeWutPodcast, SpeakPipe. We need to get more speak pipes. Speakpipe.com/DudeWutPodcast. Suggest a beer. I know I'm looking forward to Hamby sort of, mail ordering in this amazing beer that I've been waiting like literally a year for now.
I never get enough notice.
But yeah, so yeah, send us a little thing and we'll try it. Either like a delicious beer or like an absolutely horrific beer would be very funny. So yeah. That was a pretty successful What Are We Drinking, boys? I say we leave that there.
What are we drinking?
All right. Hamby, it's that time, brother, man. Adam, now you are going to experience this firsthand, right? It's probably one of my favorite parts of the whole show at this point. Like, I really enjoy it every time. It's Hamby's segment, everybody. It's Hamby's ham bone to pick.
He's pissed off, he's angry, his name must be Hamby. It's Hamby's ham bone to pick.
All right, Hamby, take it away, bro.
Okay. I don't like it when people don't clean up after themselves in the toilet. you ever go to you're the toilet at work or
yeah,
work I guess is worse because you can
know
narrow
who
down
it is. Yeah,
you can narrow down who's done it. But people are like where I work, it's like little cubicles.
Yeah.
So it's actually like unisex, but it's like little cubicles with like a toilet and a sink and everything like that. So like the problem is that like you go in and you shut the door behind you and you're already like trapped in there. And I've gone in there a few times where it's like been bad. Like it's like it's been like as in like a shit smear all the way down the toilet. And you're like, oh my god! And obviously, because you're in like an enclosed little like, it's not like a cubicle. It's like a proper room. They're really nice toilets.
Yeah.
So it like bakes in there.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Ventilation.
and then obviously right. So you're in there, and you're like, God damn, that's disgusting. Then I don't want to leave because in case somebody sees me coming out of here.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, then you just gotta suck it up and either just contribute.
What's even worse is then when you go and you sit down and the seat's warm. Because then you know it's fresh.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's
So I tell you what, when I worked for I'm not going to say who, but I worked for a really big company down south, and at the toilets in this one specific factory that I worked in, it was about you walked in. It was a really big room, but you walked in. There was maybe 7 or 8 cubicles per side, right? And you've got a factory of like maybe 300-400 big lads. There were other toilet blocks, but there's a lot of big guys
boys.
there. And as you walk in, it was genuinely like a symphony of farts the whole time.
Oh.
And it was like little stalls next to each other with the big gaps under the doors. So you can see everyone's legs.
Jeez.
And it was genuine, like, people going in there, and it was almost like a sport. Like, you had to outdo the guy next to you, and you had to leave it in a state. And it was just like, but the thing is, because it was so bad, you just didn't care anymore. You were just like, yeah, like, But yeah, that I just remember, as you walked in, you were hit by the stench as you came round the corner to where the block even was. But yeah, it was literally just like fart, like symphony of farts all harmonising with each other and stuff. It was like, yeah.
Every seat was always warm.
Yeah, next level. And one thing I love about work toilets is the graffiti, because sometimes it's so funny and so random, and yeah, just like some people just genuinely having a conversation on the walls.
Did I ever say about when I worked at Spoons years ago about the toilet incident there or not?
No, go on. I used to hit that Spoon's toilet, by the way, where you used to work. That was my go-to spot if I was in town.
Oh, well, it got hit this time. And if it was you, I'd be impressed. So we had a bar upstairs, didn't we? And then the main one was downstairs.
Yeah.
And I was working upstairs one day, and obviously the toilets were upstairs as well. So I came downstairs, and I was going back up, and some customers stopped me on the stairs. And he was like, "Oh, do you work here, mate?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I've just been to the toilets, and like someone's made a bit of a mess, so you might need someone to clean it up."
Oh, a bit of a mess, damn.
So I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll let somebody know." And I went down to the manager and told him. He's like, "Oh, why don't you clean it?" And I was like, "Oh, well, it's not my job to clean the toilets, but I'll go see what the mess is anyway."
Yeah.
So I went in the toilets, and you go in, and on the left you'll be urinals, and then there's a couple steps to the right that goes up to the cubicle.
Yeah, I remember exactly.
So I went in, nothing out of the ordinary. Looked left, nothing in the urinals. Went up the stairs to the right, and as soon as I put my foot on the first step, the smell of shit just hit me in the face, like full on haymaker. And I was like, "Oh no!" So I was looking, and there's about 3 cubicles on the left, 3 on the right. It was like a film. I was kicking the doors in. And I'm like, which one is it? Which one is it? And
where's it hiding? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I kicked them all in, and it got to the last one. I was like, "This has got to be it." And I kicked the door open, and there's just shit everywhere, man. Literally, like from like the border where the cubicle starts to the back, up and down, like it was just plastered. And like, there's a pair of dirty boxers just covered in shit as well. It looked like someone just had an accident. Well, I say an accident.
Yeah.
Like it was
some animal.
It was like a murder scene if the blood was shit. It was bad. All over the walls, all over the toilet seat, top and bottom. Yeah, I just locked it and I was like, "Oh, that's not my job." I was like, "I'll clean them up for the cleaners tomorrow." So that probably brewed in there for a good 8 hours overnight.
Oh, yeah.
And then some little old lady came in at 5 a.m. to come clean it.
Oh my god.
But we sort of hijacked your ham bone to pick there, Hamby. But yeah, I totally agree with you. That is like,
I agree.
Yeah, like if you destroy it, the kindest thing you could do is to clean it for the next person.
I've got another poop story, but I'm going to leave it for another day.
Yeah, save it for another one. Well, mate, that was a pretty good Hamby's ham bone to pick.
He's pissed off, he's angry, his name must be Hamby. It's Hamby's ham bone to pick.
All right, so as always, these podcasts have a little news section. So what I do is I just basically make a note of all the sort of the big stories that come to me in the world of entertainment, and then we just have a little chat about them. And just sort of keep everyone informed. I'm trying to sort of be like informative, but also like entertaining with it. So there is actually a few this week. So maybe we'll blast through some of the smaller ones, and some of the other ones we'll chat about a bit more. But first news story this week actually was something that Hamby messaged me at about 7 o'clock this morning. So today, a brand new trailer for the Halo series that's coming out on Paramount Plus came out. Adam, I know Hamby's seen this. Have you seen this trailer?
No, I wasn't aware of that, to be honest.
Yeah, so this is actually the second trailer. The first one is just sort of like headshots of people, and it's like, oh, we need a hero or something. But this trailer is actually action and stuff. There's a few action scenes of Master Chief, and like you get a sort of a gist of what's going on, and a few like story points.
Was it a TV series or a film?
It's a TV series. Yeah, TV. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So it comes out on March 24th on Paramount Plus. So I don't know how. I don't know how we'll watch it in the UK, but I imagine one of the channels or one of the providers like Sky or Virgin or something, or Amazon will pick it up or something. Yeah. But no, it looks good, man, and I reckon you should check it out. Hamby.
Yeah, I'll load it
so
up to watch later.
I messaged you and I said, because obviously there's a bit in there where Cortana's in the trailer, and she looks kind of weird, but you can, but it's the voice. It is the voice of Cortana from the games and everything, and you're sort of like, eh. And then I messaged you and I said, if they've done that, like, why didn't they just use Master Chief's voice from the games?
Yeah.
And then I said it's got to be because they want to take his helmet off at some point.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. One thing that I really liked actually about the trailer was I thought especially the elites looked really, really cool.
Yeah, the CG on that elite face looks great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, budgets aren't as high for TV shows. Sometimes stuff like that gets a bit...
I got the impression that it looks like it's one of those every single backdrop is CG kind of things.
Yeah.
But no, like I thought the practical use on the suits and things, because Master Chief's suit looks practical, like properly. I thought, fair enough. Yeah, it looks like it's a bit plasticky, but it looks better than if it was a CG rubber man running around. So,
there was a scene in the trailer where he was fighting two elites.
He's fighting two elites, and they've got the swords.
Yeah, and it looked cool. It looked although it was CG, it looked cool.
There's a few like gun flips and things like that, and here for it. Can't wait. Going to show it to Fee, the trailer to Fee a little bit later tonight. So March 24th on Paramount Plus. Yeah, let me know what you think, Grizz.
Yeah, we'll do.
Next little bit of news. Actor Jason Momoa is reportedly in talks for a role in the new Fast 10 film. Most likely going to be the next villain. Now, has anyone seen a Fast film in recent years? I haven't.
In recent years, or
in recent years, like.
No, I think I've told you before. I can't remember. I've seen a lot of them, but I can't remember exactly what I got up to.
I enjoy them, but every time I'm so ADHD or whatever that I can't just watch the new one. I got to watch through them all again.
Yeah,
and I always get to like number 5 or something, and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen 8 or 9.
The last one I saw was I think it's 6, and I think it's the first one with rocks in it when it's like set in
5.
London.
5.
That's 5.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, it's the last one I've seen then.
Might be mine as well. I think.
Yeah, that's years ago, man.
Yeah.
But
I kind of just lost interest in them.
Yeah,
honestly.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
such samey.
I do think that they're obviously building towards something, but yeah, I think I can't really add any more to it without having seen the previous ones, because who knows what the hell they're doing with people they add in it now. Didn't they get didn't John Cena play like Dom's brother in the last one or something? And like the only way they made them look similar is they both gave them the same shade of spray tan or something. Because it's like they definitely don't look like brothers,
No, the thing is about series is like, even if the films are good, like when there's 10 films in a series, nobody gives a shit anymore.
Yeah.
It's
some exceptions, but yeah.
I mean, some people do. Some people do, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, you need to revitalise it, rebrand it,
definitely
do something. Because it could be like an amazing film, like Fast 11 or something. It's like, well, it's the 11th film. Like,
Speaking of John Cena, have either of you guys watched The Suicide Squad, the new one?
I haven't, no.
Not yet.
Very good. Actually, very good. Well worth a watch. John Cena plays a character in that called the Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And he's funny, he's gory, really good. And basically, season 1 of the Peacemaker TV show just finished, I believe, or it's airing at the moment. Supposed to be really, really good. It's actually dominating the charts at the minute, basically. It's on HBO Max, so I think the only way you can watch it in this country at the minute is through a VPN, but it'll probably be coming to Sky soon.
Yeah.
But apparently it's doing so well that James Gunn, the creator and the director and all that, has said that it's very possible that there's going to be a season 2 of the Peacemaker TV show. So I have been meaning to start it for ages because it does look really good, really funny. So yeah, gonna have to check that out. Next little bit of news, and this is a bit of a random one. I was just scrolling through bits of news, and yeah, I saw this. So in the UK, we have a retailer, sort of electronics, all sorts basically, called Currys. And I think is it still Currys PC World, or is it just Currys?
It's just Currys now.
Yeah, so Currys also sell games. And apparently, Currys put a tweet out the other day saying that the new Pokemon Legends Arceus is actually the most pre-ordered game of all time, according to Currys. There's no Pokeboys here, are there? I'm certainly not one.
I mean, I think when I was younger, not like as in like when I had a Game Boy.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to upset a lot of people here, but I just don't understand the hype. You know?
Yeah, but that's because you're not into it. I mean, the Pokemon games are pretty big, aren't they? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're massive, but like, I don't get it. Like,
the thing that surprises me is how many people actually still pre-order physical copies of games.
Well, that's what I was going to come on to next.
Yeah.
Is that like the pre-ordering thing for me? I used to be a pre-orderer,
same.
but now it's like there is no way you should ever pre-order anything because you need to see what the game is like, because there's so many broken promises with gaming that
I think the last game I pre-ordered was Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
And I was going to pre-order the newest Battlefield, and I'm so fucking glad I didn't buy it.
The last game I pre-ordered was Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Look how that turned out.
Yeah, exactly. You can't trust it these days. You just got to let it release, see how it plays out, and then you put your money down.
I guess some people, though, I mean, although this Pokemon apparently plays completely differently, so you play as the trainer the whole time, and while the Pokemon are battling, you're running around the arena and stuff. So it's not like you go into a battle and then you have to select things and that. But like, it must just be so big that people know they're gonna not necessarily love it, but they're gonna play it either way, and they're pre-ordering it.
It's a worldwide game, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Pokemon as well,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
a lot of games what we play are just Western market sort of orientated, where Pokemon is worldwide.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on, next little bit of news now. This is something that both of you messaged me within about 3 minutes of each other, actually, to tell me. So, probably our collective, favourite band is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We've spoken about them constantly on the podcast, and we're going to speak about them again a bit later on, I'm sure. We've been to see them and all that. Basically, Hamby messaged me first. Hamby got in there first. He messaged me and he was like, check this out. And I went on it. And then Adam, as I was on it, Adam messaged me. I believe it was on their Instagram page first, I think, Hamby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, straight away, the Chili Peppers released how long is it? 5, 6 seconds?
15 seconds?
Yeah. A very short teaser of, I don't know, like a guitar. A little bit of instrumental.
It's just a bit of a song, isn't it? I don't even...
Yeah, and, it sounds good, but it's such a small bit that you can't really have many thoughts on it, other than, give us the song, where's the rest of it,
It's a massive tease, man.
Yeah. So I think, Adam, you said, next couple of weeks for sure.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it's the first thing they put out officially, really, since, about Frusciante returning and Klinghoffer leaving.
Yeah.
So, for me, from put that clip out, it means it's pretty imminent that we're going to release a single for it.
Yeah.
I think in the next 2 weeks it'll be out. You can't just have that and then leave it months without anything. You just can't do that because they know everybody's been waiting so fucking long.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm ready to explode, baby.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure. The minute that single drops, we are all going to be like
over and over and over again.
Hell yeah. Next little bit of news. Now, you guys might have heard something about this. This is a big ongoing thing, and actually, there were updates today. On my way home, there were updates to this story. and I didn't make a note of them, and I bet I can't remember. Oh no, I can. So basically, artists Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, and now Nils Lofgren, who is a guitar player from Crazy Horse and the E Street Band, I believe. They have demanded that their music be removed from Spotify due to misinformation around the vaccines being basically spread around, promoted by the Joe Rogan Experience. Have you guys heard anything about this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm torn because I actually listen to Joe Rogan a lot,
Yeah,
and I also really like Neil Young.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a bit unfair, and I think it's a bit unfair on the Joe Rogan podcast. Joe Rogan is, yeah, he's an absolute like ape. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
like he's an idiot, but I think he has balance. I think he has a lot of people with different views. I think recently it's maybe shifted slightly more towards that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's Spotify spent 100 million getting Joe Rogan exclusively on Spotify.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't quite know what Neil Young and other people are expecting.
Well, I remember
It's
I looked it up, and Neil Young and Joni Mitchell combined had a hell of a lot of listeners, but they still didn't match the amount of listeners that the Joe Rogan podcast has.
Spotify paid 100 million for him. Like, I don't think Spotify are going to drop Joe Rogan.
I mean, it started with Neil Young. He put a post out saying, like, look, Spotify, please remove my music. I can't be dealing with any of this misinformation, that's going around. And partly, I mean, you can't blame. Partly, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I'm pretty sure both Neil Young and Joni Mitchell had polio as kids. So obviously, like, vaccines and things, like, saved them. So it is a big deal for them. It's not like they're just jumping on this. Oh, you need to,
Yeah.
But they basically just said, like, look, I stand with the hardworking people that are genuinely trying to, sort this thing out, and I just don't want to be a part of that. And I think Spotify, rather than be like, oh, like, yeah, let's do this or something, Spotify just literally put a post out saying, we're sad to see Mr. Young leave, and we're ready to welcome him back when he wants to.
Yeah.
Which is just a massive, like, big
I
honestly, right, I don't understand why everything has to be a big, like, political or whatever gesture. Like, why can't you just accept that some people have different opinions to yours, as stupid as they may be?
Yeah.
And just get on with it.
I do agree.
Like, people have different opinions.
I get it, but I guess it's those different opinions that are obviously for someone like Neil Young, who really probably isn't making barely anything from his music actually being on Spotify in the first place. Like, he's just like, look, I don't want to be associated with that. I'm taking my stuff somewhere else.
It's fun, like with Neil Young. I've always liked Neil Young's music, and I always will. And I always will do.
Baby.
But the thing you got to remember is that, like, he's been around for how long? Years and years and years. Like, he's made his money. He's made his money. Like, he can quite easily afford to just not make a single penny more the rest of his life.
It's more, it's more like a political statement with him, really. Like,
yeah,
it's
definitely.
like a lot of his music, especially the last 20 years, has all been like political, like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
motives to it. So, for him, it's just that sort of stance, I think.
Yeah, he's entitled to it. And honestly, like, Joe Rogan has had some absolute, like, weirdos on his podcast who have said some really, really bizarre things. I think they were saying they're going to do... I think he said he was going to have disclaimers at the start of his podcast.
So basically, I was going to get to that, because that's very, very current. So going back a little bit, it started with Neil Young. Then Joni Mitchell come in, obviously like a big artist. She's come in, she said, look, I stand with Neil, like, I don't want to be a part of this. Now Nils Lofgren has come in saying, we're standing with Neil, we need to make a difference. And I think Spotify are just a bit worried that there is going to be like a bit of a mass walkout, and that another company is going to jump in, because reportedly a few other companies have made Neil Young some pretty big offers to come over to them and to have his music like exclusively on their sort of platform. So I think the only thing that's worrying Spotify, I mean, you know, like they're making more money. They don't really need Neil Young and whatnot, but they're just worried about this snowballing and more artists leaving. But yeah, like you said, literally maybe about 3 hours before we started this podcast, Spotify put a post out saying the first step in sort of moving forward from this is that from now on, any episode of Joe Rogan's that even mentions coronavirus will have, like a disclaimer. We'll have like warnings in front of it to sort of say this is this person's opinion and not the opinion of Spotify as a company, kind of thing. Yeah, which is a step in the right direction, because you can't silence him. It's his opinion. Like you know, he's a podcaster. It's what we do.
Yeah,
but at the same time, you know, you need to make sure that he's not speaking for Spotify as a company.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but like, if you're basing your entire opinion of you know, vaccinations and medicine off a fucking
from Joe Rogan,
an MMA fighting comedian, like, come on, like, you know, get a grip, kind of thing.
I think it's just like Neil Young was saying, that because he has such big reach and he's literally talking straight to the children, you know, and like they're believing him and they're believing everything he says. And I think in the US they've just seen a dip of like people getting vaccinated and boosting and stuff. So anyway,
I did see. Sorry,
oh, sorry,
I was just going to say. Like obviously, like a lot of people have started speaking up as well and sort of agreeing with Neil Young, like you said.
Yeah, man.
And I saw a tweet, and it was by it was James Blunt, and
I think I saw that. Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, if they don't take the Joe Rogan experience down, I'm going to release more music."
Yeah, he's just the absolute king of like internet banter, isn't he, James Blunt?
I'm going to drop my back catalogue on Spotify, whether you like it or not.
All the B-sides.
Unreleased demos. Oh, God! Yeah. But I think this is going to be an issue that's probably going to get mentioned over the next few weeks of podcasts, so stay tuned for more on this, I guess. I'm genuinely interested in this whole thing, so we'll see how that plays out. Right, moving on. This was just a little one to say that I think I was talking to you, Grizzly, about it, that so many bands and artists have released singles over the last few days. It's crazy.
Yeah, you were saying this.
So, within like a week of each other, two of my favourite bands at the minute, Ghost, as I said on the last podcast, released a single. Twin Temple just released a new single, and it's fantastic. April March, like French singer that I love, just released a new single, which is why I'm like, Chili Peas, man, it's going to happen, isn't it? Like, everyone seems to be releasing singles at the minute.
It needs to happen.
Yeah, defo. Moving on, I don't know if any of you guys saw the Mortal Kombat movie that came out fairly recently.
Nah.
You're not missing anything. I thought it was an absolute steaming heap.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. But yeah, basically it just got announced that Mortal Kombat 2 is in the works. Who wants that? I don't know, but it's
Hamby
happening.
does.
I didn't know
Hamby loves it.
I'm glad Hamby's actually watched Spider-Man now, man. It was like proper annoying me.
I know, we couldn't talk about it on the podcast for weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, finally. So I just don't like going to the cinema. Seriously, I don't like going to the cinema.
You'll be there for Mortal Kombat 2 though, won't you?
I will be.
First in line at midnight.
All right, last little bit of news for today. I don't know if either of you guys have seen any of The Witcher on Netflix, or just fans of The Witcher in general.
Games.
Yeah, I like the games. I haven't actually watched the series yet. It is on my list for sure.
So the first season I thought was very good, although the story, the way it played out, was a little bit confusing. The second season was a little bit of a letdown, but still kind of cool because that world is cool. But anyway, it more or less got confirmed that season 3 has started production because a guy called Steve Galb, who is one of the executive producers, sort of hinted on Instagram that he's going scouting for locations and stuff, and he's sort of like, season 3, here we come and things. So if you're into The Witcher, season 3 is coming, which is great for me. I'm sure you'd like it if you watched it.
Yeah, I definitely will watch it.
Okay, well, that was our little entertainment bit out the way. Now, if you clicked on this podcast, you will have seen the title, and the title is gonna be something like the best live music moments and Grizzly versus Hamby. Now,
Fight
because
to
I
death.
had two of my best pals and just genuinely great friends on that I've spent a lot of time with, I thought maybe we would just sort of. I said to the guys, how about you just mark down some of the best moments you've had, with live music. Now, I know that this name can be misleading because I kept thinking of great moments in live music, back in the past and all sorts of stuff. But no, we're talking about stuff that we have physically seen. Either something that's happened at a gig or something that happened on stage, stuff like that. So I thought what we would do is maybe we just have a little bit of a reminisce for, 20 minutes or something, and we'll just have a little bit of chat about this, and then we'll move on to the Grizz versus Hamby, which I'm still keeping a secret until we get there. So I'll start this all off. When I was about 16 years old, I went with great friends at the time. I would be friends with them if I still spoke to my guests, but I went with good friends, Jack, Zeke, and Brian, to go see a band called Lamb of God. A notoriously tough band, and we got the absolute shit kicked out of us for the whole gig straight. I got away relatively scot-free with some scratches and a few bruises, but Jack got a fag put out on his arm and the absolute shit kicked out of him. It was mental. We were in the wall of death and everything, and if you're a big lad at this age, fantastic, you'd be fine. But when you're a little 16-year-old kid, in that kind of a pit at that age, damn, it was a genuine fight for survival at that gig. But great fun. But yeah, great fun overall. I just remember when I got there, nobody recognised me because I had Brian's mom straighten my hair before the gig. Now, this is when I had really long curly hair. So, of course, when it's straight, it's literally down here. It's down to my chest, that sort of length. And I went with Brian, and we met up with Jack, and Jack thought I was just some dude, one of Brian's mates. This guy was my best friend at the time. He didn't recognise me. But, of course, you're in an absolute sweatbox, and, when straightened hair gets wet, it just sort of shrinks back up. So I had a full-on fro by the end of the night. But yeah, that was a great experience. I would not do it again, but it was a great experience. Chime in, guys, when you guys got a cool time.
Go on, Hambus.
Oh, so I mean, yeah, I'll say I got the first one I got is the one that I think we all went to, the Chili Peppers back in 2016.
Chili Peppers 2016, yeah.
Yeah, it was the first time I saw the Chili Peppers, and I broke my leg 2 weeks before the gig. I
had this written down. Hamby at the Chili Peppers with a broken leg.
Surely that was before 2016.
No, that was 2016 or 2017.
Nah, no, because the album came out in 2011, didn't it?
16.
Oh, no,
you're talking of a different time, Adam.
No, it was 100% 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the ticket still. 2016.
Yeah. No. I knew that you guys would probably have this, but yeah, I broke my leg 2 weeks before the fucking gig. So they let me change my seats, but I was going to be standing, and obviously I had to be seated. Yeah,
you were sat in a small cordoned off area, basically on the floor. Was it on the?
Yeah, it wasn't
in the standing area.
It wasn't actually that. It wasn't actually too bad. I was actually in a pretty good view of everything, and
yeah.
I still would have rather been standing, but
Happy crowd surfing with his crutches.
With his leg in a great big cast.
I don't remember much about that gig. I mean, I had a good time. I remember they fucked up something, didn't they?
I wrote down.
Squeeze.
Yeah.
I wrote down. Yeah, Salt to Squeeze. They completely messed up the first verse. Salt to Squeeze just so happens to be one of my favourite songs of all time.
Yeah.
And they totally fluffed it.
Yeah,
I think Kiedis, the lead singer, started and he was in the wrong key and he just stopped, and then the song carried on going, and then he just came in at the chorus or something, and it's but what else was memorable about that gig was, do you remember the supporting act?
Oh yeah,
but Baby Metal.
So you're going to see the Chili Peppers, right? Funk rock, and you're sort of expecting something, could be anything, but something with a bit of bounce, to support them. Who did they choose? Oh, 3 Japanese women super heavy metal, death metal band from Japan. And it was literally like 4 or 5 dudes in like looking like the Grudge with their hair down, like playing this like, seriously heavy metal.
It was heavy, yeah.
While 3 Japanese girls dressed as like schoolgirls were sort of singing like, I don't know. It was bizarre. It was absolutely bizarre.
Weird.
I thought it was pretty cool. It was something different. I quite enjoyed it.
I mean, yeah, I've got 2 of their albums in my ultimate playlist. To be fair, like a couple of the songs, they've got a song called Karate, which is actually like very good. But if you listen to that, you're genuinely like, whoa, what is this? And even weirder is like, why are they supporting the Chili Peppers? Like, what happened there?
Yeah, it was a weird one. But yeah, it was a good gig. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good show. So we were seated anyway. Were you supposed to go standing? Because I went with Fee. That was the first time she had seen them, and we went seated. And another thing I remember about that gig was, do you remember on the way home we were starving and there was like nowhere open?
Oh God!
And it ended up being me, you, Fee, and your sister just slamming a greasy pizza in the back of the car.
Yeah. It was Caspian, wasn't it?
It was Caspian.
I remember Caspian pizza.
And it was late night, and I was like, Adam would love this because I know Adam's a Caspian.
But you were
But
Adam.
it was slop on a piece of
I
bread.
went to that gig, but I went with my brother. Yeah,
I remember. I remember seeing you like before, and obviously you were somewhere else in there. But
yeah, we were sat. Me and Tim like sat opposite you. I could see you sat in your special area. Of your
I remember waving. I remember waving to you guys. Yeah, with our phones and stuff.
Yeah.
Grizzo, got anything?
I mean, to be fair, I haven't written anything down. Unlike last time where I had
Weak.
proper planned out. But yeah, where I got confused because obviously I forgot Hamby didn't come with us the first time we went, did we? To Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
That's probably mine, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure when we go this time round, it's 100% going to be the best one.
We're going to different gigs though, bro.
Yeah, but either way, it's they're going to be great regardless.
Well, hopefully, because Frusciante's going to be there.
Exactly. You can't doubt it.
So what I remember about that gig, the first time me and you went, it was 2011, and it was the I'm With You era, where they had the sort of like more instrumentally thing going on, and they had that guy that just played like
the
all
bongo
that
man.
weird stuff. Yeah. But do you remember the supporting act for that?
Yeah, wasn't it Fool's Gold?
So it was a band called Fool's Gold who sing in Hebrew. Now I've got 2 of their albums in my playlist. I like them, right? They're a good band, but they did a set that was like as long as the main
ages,
gig.
Man, ages.
And you could tell the crowd were loving it. They were into it. There were some of the songs were, fantastic. But then like maybe like an hour into their set, and it was just like everyone was fatigued as anything. They were just like, where the hell is the band? And like they did bring Klinghoffer out on guitar to do a guest show and a guest song, and everyone was like, yeah. But then he went back in, and they played for another 20 minutes.
It felt like another like 4 hours. It went on for ages.
It was so long. And
it's like they'd sing something in Hebrew, and then maybe like a 20-minute guitar solo, playing the same thing over and over again.
And the guitar solo, like the guitarist only touched like the top 10 frets, so everything was really high pitched. Like, it just got old fast, didn't it?
Really
old fast.
I remember that one. We got lost, didn't we? Because we were
did.
quite close to the front. We were standing.
Yep.
And literally, like after the first song, I think Danny California was one of the first songs.
Yeah.
We just like parted ways and got lost, and like somehow got to like Under the Bridge. Like 20 songs later, we just found each other.
Yeah. So I remember that. It was like what happened was, as the first songs were playing, it was almost like because they just come on stage, there was a mad rush, and everyone behind me and in front of me like rushed to the front. So I just went flying, and I just saw you go somewhere else.
I was like right at the front.
And then we must have been at separate sides, because I got to the front and I was maybe like one person behind the person by the rail. So I was like right there, and I was right in front of Klinghoffer. It was like I could grab him, it was great. But then, so we spent the whole gig completely separate, like on our own. And then I don't know how it happened, but yeah, I think we got pushed back or something. And then it was just like I stood next to you again, and it was like, oh hey, bro.
I ended up being
And then they played Under the Bridge.
Yeah, I ended up being with a bunch of like bowl guys and like this mosh pit, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I remember those guys. Yeah.
No, but that was good. But yeah, this one coming up not long now. To be fair, June. Like it's already February tomorrow.
Yeah,
do you
it's
know what I
coming
mean?
up.
I think it'll fly by.
Why? So me and Hamby lives not saying where, but like close to the gig, and the gig is in London. So why did you decide to go to Manchester when we are both going to London?
Well, I was gonna go with my brother Tim and my sister and her husband as well. We're all gonna go up together.
Yeah.
And they've got a kid now.
So
for them, it'd be easier to go into Manchester and coming back.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
And it's better for me going there and coming back for work as well. So
yeah, fair enough.
But I mean, if it was in Birmingham, it'd be so much easier.
But yeah, like it's annoying me that they're not in Birmingham because we could just jump on a bus at my house and just like go see them.
I mean, I reckon
so easy.
I reckon they will add more dates. Like, surely they have to. Like it's 2 days.
I would have thought they'd have done it like
fuck
straight
all.
away though. Like
They added an extra London date, didn't they?
yeah.
But they're doing arenas, aren't they? There's not really.
Yeah.
I mean, there are obviously like stadiums in Birmingham, but it's like Birmingham Football Club, like.
Yeah, no. So yeah,
It's a
they're
bit
doing stadiums, not arenas.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
They're doing stadiums.
Yeah. It wouldn't be so good if played at like Birmingham FC.
No, because we're going to where is it? You're going to London? Is it Wembley?
It's the Olympic Stadium, West Ham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to like the Old Trafford like cricket ground. It's just a massive like cricket ground.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm quite looking
really looking forward to that. I got a few other stories.
I got a couple just because. Do you mind if I jump in?
Yeah, jump in.
Go ahead.
Because you were saying about like warm up acts, and it reminded me. So like I got a couple. So like the band that I really like Libertines. The band.
Yeah. Aren't they like a hipstery group?
They probably were early 2000s.
I don't think I've ever listened to their music, so I can't tell you. Like...
So basically, like when we were in Margate, we used to live when I lived in Margate, we lived like 2 doors down from the hotel that they bought. So I saw like Pete Doherty and shit, like quite a lot.
Yeah.
Around, he lived like 2 doors down from me.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to him once as well. But anyway, so my girlfriend's really into them as well. So we actually went to see them in Birmingham in December 2019.
Yeah.
And like, and I already seen them once before at this point. So I was going mainly for my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we were there and stuff, and it was in the O2 in Birmingham. So it was like quite like a small gig, but it was really good. But like one of the warm up, I've never seen this from a gig. One of the warm up acts was a comedian. And I thought this and like it was they had like a guy with a guitar come out and play, and he was like it was okay, whatever. And then like everyone's like like hyped, like they're gonna come on in a minute, and this guy comes out and he just starts telling jokes.
Nice.
And he made it, I want to say, like, and when he walked out and said like it was apparent he was a comedian, people started booing. People started booing, and I was like, Jesus Christ, it's bad. And this guy got like halfway through a joke, and he was trying to sort of like heckle, like go back with the hecklers and things, but it was like so many people were booing that he walked off. Like,
oh, no way.
He full on like walked off, and I didn't boo, but I felt awful. I was like, you just get such bad like secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
He definitely booed.
This guy bombed like crazy. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Where's the music?
And then one of the I think the bass player from the Libertines came out and was like said like what the fuck are you booing for, basically.
Yeah.
And then they managed to convince him to come back out. And he got like halfway through this other joke, and then he just went off stage again. He just bombed again.
That's the end of his career.
I know. It was so bad. I was like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. And then like 10 minutes later, they come on. But I guess he was only supposed to come on for like I don't know, like a 10-minute set.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
still, I was like, why the hell did you think it was a good idea to have a comedian like as a warm-up act for
Yeah.
a gig? Because
When
everyone's like pumped, you know. It's like
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
and then
Not
like
the right sort of thing.
yeah, it was so. I that was the worst secondhand embarrassment I've had, like for
No
a
way.
person. Like,
That's bad, that is.
I felt so bad for him. Yeah. I've seen the Libertines a couple of times. Saw them in Birmingham, and then I actually saw them when I was in Margate. They did there was a music festival down there called is it like Wheels and Fins? I think it's stopped now, but it was basically a music festival they did on the beach, and they got loads of kind of like they got you know, like older bands kind of thing, but Libertines were basically headlining this gig.
Okay.
And it was really cheap. It was like 20 quid for the entire like weekend. Basically, it was really cheap, and I lived like a few minutes away. So me and a friend from university went for just the Libertines gig, and it was really nice. It was like on a beach, basically. Like it was pissing it down. It was pissing it down with rain.
Oh, that's not cool.
In the sun.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? It was actually kind of cool. I actually quite liked it because like
Cool,
I just
like
went
atmosphere. Yeah.
yeah, I just went like in scruffy clothes and I was like all sandy and shit. But it was such good fun.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
pissing it down with rain. Yeah.
No way. So I've got a story, and it involves you, Hamby. So, do you remember when me, you, and our good friend Mr. James Matty, who unfortunately I don't really speak too much anymore, but he's an absolute legend. I was in a comedy band with him for a little while, but I think like me and you really wanted to go see Surge Tankian from System of a Down.
Yeah.
And I just said to Matty, like, hey, do you want to come? Or should we go? And Matty is a true musician, and he was just like, yeah, definitely. I don't even know who he is, but I'll, yeah, 100%. So we went, and like, Matty's one of these guys who is, he's like a very cool cat. He's kind of a smaller frame, and he wears, you know, at the time he was wearing like tight clothes with, you know, the low cut top and stuff. And anyway, I think at one point, didn't someone started giving him some shit at the gig? I think what happened was someone had a few beers and the songs were finishing, and it was a great gig, by the way. Like Serge Tankian, ex lead singer from System of a Down, really cool. His backing band were amazing. The support acts were amazing. You know, all three of the support acts were great. But this guy had a few drinks, and I remember him saying to Matty, he was like, you know, why aren't you showing your appreciation, you know? And Matty was like, well, I am. Like, I'm clapping and I'm cheering at the end of the songs, you know? And he went, no, you need to be like, whoa, you know, you need to go crazy. And Matty was like, no, like, I'm doing what I want to do, thanks, mate, or something. And remember, I think he pushed Matty, right? And then within a split second, Hamby was straight there, got this guy by the scruff, right? And basically had him in the air, you know. And like, this guy, I think he was a bit small, he was a bit shorter than average. I think he was shorter than us, and we were probably like 18, 19 or something. But Hamby basically had this guy in the air, and like the Hulk, just like threw him backwards.
I remember it vaguely, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
exactly
like,
what
and then
did,
I remember there was this guy that we called him Viking guy because he just looked like a big Viking. He turned to you and he was like, "Yeah, fair play, mate. That guy was a dickhead." But I was just like, I remember I was just in awe. I was in shock. Like, Hamby just comes over, grabs this guy in the air, and launches him backwards. And this guy got launched with such force that when he sort of got up, he just like turned away and just left, you know, and like started bothering someone else or something.
I can fully believe that. I can fully believe that. Hamby had a period when he was like 18 to like 20, where he like the shortest fuse of all time. Anything inconvenient, he'd flip his fucking shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I remember that happening, but I don't remember why.
It's because that's literally, I remember exactly why, because I was stood next to Matty, and like, I think me and Viking Man were like, all right, let's get involved. But before we could do anything, Hamby's got this guy by the scruff and launches him backwards into a crowd of people, you know, like, fucking hulked him, bro.
I wonder what he's doing there, that guy.
Yeah.
PTSD from that man.
Yeah, defo.
Can't go do it ever again.
Ruined his life.
Agoraphobic, yeah.
You can't listen to Surge anymore.
Brings back bad memories.
I think he was hammered, wasn't he? He was probably
I think he was, yeah. He definitely had a bit to drink, yeah.
He got hammered by the hammer.
So I don't know about you, Hamby, but I've got two. I've got three more little stories, but they're very short.
Yeah, go for it.
Have you got anything else?
Nah, I've got nothing else.
All right. So one of them is I went to see Rammstein when I was fairly young with our good friend Ernest Basico, who unfortunately I've lost contact with. Rammstein were notorious for like their stage antics kind of thing, and basically at one point Till Lindemann, the lead singer, got on a huge dick cannon, which like rolled out into the crowd, and it was just spraying foam everywhere. That was a great moment. Because you were sort of like, yeah, getting sprayed by foam, and you were sort of like, ugh, at the same time, you know. Yeah, great moment. Another one is when I've said this before on the pod, so I'll blast this. But me and Fee went to Cardiff to go see Ghost, who are like, they look like they're about to sing some like Norwegian black death metal, but they end up singing like an ABBA song. Really, really cool band. Anyway, I'm like, you know. We're in the queue. Fee's wearing this lovely, like, pink flowery top. And we're in the queue, and everyone around us is wearing, like, black tank tops, black skull face paint and stuff. And, yeah, like, she just looked, bless her, she looked so out of place. But, I shit you not, she was straight in that circle pit. You know? And I was literally like, you know, let's just stay to this side so that we're not in all that crap, because I don't want you to get in. She's like, fuck that, and she's literally like, ooh, you know, like, it's cool. So that was a great moment. I've just also remembered going to see Cypress Hill with her in Birmingham, where it was like the cops did not give a shit that night. Let's just say that, like, it was all sorts of stuff was going on in there. The band was on stage, doing all sorts of stuff. The crowd were, nobody cared. It was such a weird atmosphere. But then my last little story is, it's actually, I tried to think of one from my own experience as a musician. So it's like, rather than looking at the band on stage, it's being on stage myself. And I was reminded of when me and Adam were in a band, I've said before, but I was reminded of a time when we were on stage at probably the biggest gig we ever played. It was a mini festival, and there were probably about 500 people there. And basically, Adam turned up a little bit drunk. Now, I don't know how much you want to say. I'll just say Adam turned up a little bit drunk, and he's still with it, but you could tell he'd had a few, right? So we're not really that worried about that. If anything, it made it a bit more interesting on stage, and I was cool with that. You know, I always was down to try and have like a good stage presence. I don't think I always succeeded in that. Being a bass and a front man, you're basically just stuck there the whole time. There's not a whole lot of freedom. But in the bits where it's a bit more instrumental, I like to jump around a little bit. And Adam likes to do this thing where he leans back and he leans up and stuff. And I just remember we're playing this gig, and it's in the side of like a small lorry, like a small wagon that's got the thing lifted up, and the stage has come out, right? We're jumping around. It's getting a bit windy out there, right? And I'm starting to notice that as we're jumping around, the stage is like moving and like bouncing, right? I look over to my right, and the sound mixer guy, who is like set back from everything so he can't be seen, is literally doing the kill it signal, like constantly, like stop it, you know, like stop doing it. And took us a few minutes, but yeah, it, you know, then we did stop jumping around, and it flattened out. But like, yeah, just being on a stage that was bouncing in the wind and like catching and stuff, that was a genuinely cool moment.
I remember that very well.
I'm surprised you remember it, mate.
Well, I remember bits of it anyway. But I remember turning up and getting my guitar out, and I was like feeling a bit woozy here. All of a sudden, like the coordination was just going, and I was like, "Fuck, how am I going to pull this off?" And I remember getting on the stage, and I was getting a bit paranoid. I was like, "Oh, am I going to fuck this up? You know, I'm going to fuck this for everybody."
Yeah.
And I was getting nervous because it was most people who've ever had watch this as well.
Yeah.
And the guy who was like, you know, the announcer or whatever for the festival came up, and he's like, "You ready to rock this house?"
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he? He gets
Put a
so
microphone
pumped,
to me,
yeah.
and I was like, Possibly.
And I shit you not, right, there was an echo of reverb of Adam going, possibly, and it was like, possibly, as it bounced through all the speakers around the park. Nobody said anything.
I felt like after he asked me to me answering it was like the longest pause of all time. It's like, you ready to rock this house? And I was like, possibly. He's like, you could do better than that. I was like, 100%.
Oh, I remember that, yeah. 100%. But it ended up being like all of our gigs, we sort of like were so nervous beforehand, but like all of our gigs, had a great time once the music started. And I've said before on this pod, I know I have, but that genuinely was one of the best moments in my whole music career, because I got to listen to probably only about 20 people, but I got to listen, we all did, got to listen to about 20 people sing the chorus of one of our songs back to us. And it was almost like, you know, the moment where a band's on stage and they hold the mic out and the crowd sing it back. It was almost like that. And honestly, I just felt so great.
No, that was good. It was definitely the biggest one we did. I think the first one we did as well, ever, was pretty good. The rest literally like our mom's there watching us and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. I still have hearing damage from that gig. We sat way too close to one of the monitors, and the band started, and they were way too loud, and I felt a moment of pain, and you know, however many years later, it's still affecting me. So, fuck you, Lounge Tree. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't think if you guys have got nothing else to add, I think that was our best sort of live music moments. Now, like I said earlier, when I was planning this episode, I was thinking of like, you know, live music moments. That makes it sound a bit like we're thinking of great moments in music history. But I think I'm going to save that for another pod. Maybe I'll do it if I can get you guys both on at the same time again. We'll do it then. If not, maybe I'll save that for when you're on, Grizz, and we'll do like a favorite live music moments in terms of like, oh, you know, when John Mayer and Alicia Keys were on stage in Times Square or something, you know.
Favorite moment ever was, you ready to rock this house? That's ever, that is.
Possibly. All right, so we're coming up on an hour and a half. I think what we should do is we should launch into Grizz versus Hamby. Grizz versus Hamby. So boys, basically, you neither of you guys know what the hell's going on at the moment.
No idea.
Because I've kept you in the dark. Basically, when I have been at work, when I should have been working, I've been working on a little quiz for you boys. Now, this quiz, it's 3 rounds, 6 questions per round. And I have tried to come up with... It's divided into 3 topics. We'll go through that as we get to it. But how it's going to work is, before we started this podcast, I asked you boys to find a funny buzzer sound effect. Now, I did this because I could have made one my own and done it all in post, but that would have taken ages. And if one of you is spamming the button, I would have had to have literally done a sound effect every single time. And I thought, you know what, fuck that. I'll just make them do it themselves. So, Adam, give us your buzzer so everyone knows what you sound like.
Here we go.
Classic. One more. Yeah. Nice.
It
Very
works.
Good. Hamby, what's your buzzer?
Yeah, boy.
Nice. So we've got a classic fart and we've got a yeah, boy. Right. So how it's going to work is I'm going to read out the question. You guys got a buzzer. First person I hear to buzz, we all stop. They get to answer it, and if you get it wrong, it can be thrown over to the other person for a possible steal. I need to actually just realise I didn't write down. I haven't got a pen, so I can't keep score. But let me just get my stuff sorted.
If I move my mouse a few millimeters to the left, I accidentally click on grapefruit technique. So,
Well, if you click on grapefruit technique, we'll have like a moment of silence for the greatness that is.
it lasts like 20 seconds.
Okay, so yeah, please don't click that. So the first load of questions. So you know what you've got to do. You've got to buzz in. Now, if you are listening to this at home, buzz in, I guess. Do a comment, although you're going to hear the answer anyway. Maybe what would be cool is if you suggested questions and things. Maybe we can do this again. We're going to see how this goes. Right, first round in Grizz versus Hamby quiz. We've got 6 questions on the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Ooh.
Now, I tried to think of... It was hard, because I tried to think of things that I think you'll both know. As I said, I think Adam is more my music man, Hamby, you're my gaming dude, but I know we all love Chili Peppers. So, are you ready? Fingers on buzzers, we've got question 1 coming up. Okay. In the Red Hot Chili Peppers song, Coffee Shop, the lyrics say they can dance like who?
That's a tough question.
Yeah, I had to make them hard because, you know...
What if
In
neither
the
of
Red
us know
Hot
it?
Chili... In the Red Hot Chili Peppers song, Coffee Shop. That's
That's
a
a,
boy.
that's a
That's
Google
Mr.
job, that is.
That's
No,
Mr.
it's not.
Hamby.
Who they want to be?
No,
No, I'm thinking of the wrong song.
Adam for a steal.
Honestly, I don't know. That's a tough question.
Okay, we'll put it back out there. It's an artist, and it rhymes with the name of the song. Just sing the lyrics. Take me to the coffee shop. We can dance like...
Fuck.
Damn, this is going to be a dire game if you guys ain't getting this. Oh my god, I thought I was with some pros today.
Was that an easy question?
That's an easy question.
Oh god.
Should we
All right,
pass?
we'll come back to it at the end. Okay, we'll move on
Okay.
to the next question. Right, question 2. Who is the first person seen at the start of the Red Hot Chili Peppers music video Under the Bridge? Ah, that was a fart. That was a fart first, Mr.
It
Adam
was.
Homer. What you saying?
Is it John Frusciante?
Correcto. It's John Frusciante. 1 point to Mr. Grizzly Bear. Nicely
Yeah,
done.
maybe. Cheeky fart.
Very, very close there, Hamby. Very close. Okay. Question 3, everybody. In their hit song Californication, which Star Wars planet does the Red Hot Chili Peppers mention?
Ooh.
Yeah, boy! Hamby!
Elderon.
Correcto! That's a point for Hamby.
Nice.
Nicely done, bro. Nicely done. Okay. Question 4. What did the Red Hot Chili Peppers wear while performing at Woodstock 1994? That's a fart, Adam.
They had the flame helmets on.
Bit more specific. I'm coming to you, man. I'm giving him one more shot.
I remember.
I don't think I can take flame helmets.
That's all I can remember.
All right, passing it over. Sorry, man.
It was light bulbs.
Light bulb suits. Correcto. Sorry,
Half a
man.
point. Half a point.
Flame helmets. Not quite sure. All right. Okay. Next question. Complete the lyric. Mentally or physically, I want to be... Hint, it's off my favourite album.
I know the song.
Yeah, I
you,
know
want me,
the
you,
song.
want, you want me to sing it? I'll give you a little bit of a hint.
Uh,
Okay, fine, I won't. Fuck you, Hamby. I wanna be... Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Fucking hell, it shouldn't be hard. I know it.
Yeah. Just sing the song. All right, should we move on? We'll move on and we'll come back to the 2 ones you missed,
Yeah,
all right?
do it, yeah.
Okay. Now this one is the hardest one out of the bunch, so there's probably no point in getting to this. But, question 6. What is the similarity between the songs Emmett Remus and Scar Tissue, besides the fact that they are on the same album? Now this one is in the lyrics.
Fucking hell, he's on to town on this one, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Jesus
this is the
Christ.
hard, because I thought you'd breeze the other ones. I mean, granted, there's been 3 breezes, but like... Alright, think of the chorus of Emmett Remus. And then it's in one of the verses of Scar Tissue. Okay, so the bit from Emmett Remus goes, London in the something, and in Scar Tissue it goes, something sweet, we call it something. Go on, yeah boy, Hamby.
Summertime?
Yes, give me a bit more. What's the...
We're on about seasons.
Yes, they mentioned seasons.
That was a really dodgy point.
Yes, mate. Yes,
dodgy
I'm
point.
giving it to you. Okay,
yeah,
we're
what
going...
about my flame helmet? That's
Flame
close.
helmets, bro. That's not close at all. That's like something Rammstein would wear. Okay, we're going back to the first couple.
Oh, God.
In the Red Hot Chili Peppers song Coffee Shop, the lyrics say they can dance like who? Coffee shop. Someone op. I'm going to give you a countdown to 10. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Iggy Pop!
Oh.
Take me to the coffee shop. We can dance like Iggy Pop. Okay, missing out on that one. Right, okay.
Ooh, so this guy, start heckling him now like the
Complete the lyric. Mentally or physically, I want to be... That's a fart. Adam.
Is it with you?
No.
No. What is it then, man?
Throwing it over to Hamby if he doesn't get it. That's
don't
it.
know, man. I don't know.
It's in New Orleans.
Oh my god.
Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, right. At the end of round 1, Hamby's got 3 points. Adam has 1 point.
Jeez.
Now,
That should be half a point for Hamby. That's a dodgy what the last one was.
that was the easiest round of the quiz.
Oh, God.
Okay, this next one, right? I felt like I had to do something different. So this next round is all about DudeWutPodcast. Now, I just say we launch into it, we give it your best shot, right? So, question 1. Now, you'll have different answers for this. Question 1. What mystery beer featured on your first episode of DudeWutPodcast? Farting. Adam.
It was Stormtrooper.
I'm going to give you that. It was Stormtrooper Sniper. Well done. Just for lols, Hamby, do you remember what yours was?
Sol?
No, it was Batham's Best Bitter.
You had Sol at one point.
Nope, I've never had a Sol on the...
Yeah, you
No, there has
Oh,
been
no,
a
I have.
Sol. There
No,
has
I
been a
have
Sol.
had a
You
Sol.
have.
I've
Yeah.
heard it.
Yeah, not with you, unfortunately, bro. Batham's Best Bitter. Okay, question 2. Which actor did Tomo think was the lead actor in Men in Black back in episode 1? Farting, Adam.
Shit. I shouldn't have pressed it then. I know it.
Throwing it over.
Hamby can have a go if he wants.
Hamby.
Nicolas Cage.
No.
No.
Wrong. I'm going to give you guys another shot. I'm going to give you a countdown to 10. It became a running gag through the whole of the episodes. 10, 9, 8. Farting, Adam.
Is it Denzel Washington?
No.
Oh.
Hamby.
Samuel L. Jackson.
No, Idris Elba.
Oh,
Okay. Question 3. Which is the only game to have featured on an episode of DudeWutPodcast?
What?
Which is the only game to have featured on an episode of DudeWutPodcast? Not live streams, episode. Right, Adam.
it's just a guess. Is it Warzone?
No. No.
Is it Vanguard?
No. Hamby.
I don't know. I don't know. I've got no idea.
Give it up. Give it up.
It's going to be a random game. Like it's not going to be any like. It's like a random
It's a classic game. It's an absolute classic game. It's the only one to have featured on the podcast.
Oh God. I don't know.
Okay. All right. It was WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2008.
It is a classic game.
All right. Next question. What did Tomo say that Bruce Willis looked like back in episode 7, Cosmic Sin? Now, there's multiple choice for this. Okay, you got 3 choices. A walnut. B, a ball sack. Or C, an old bulldog. Cheer boy, Hamby.
Ballsack.
Yes, he called him a ball sack. Well done. Well done. Hamby said that... not Hamby. Tomo, out the blue, just said... He just sat there and he looked like a ball sack. Or something. And it was like... I mean, he wasn't wrong. He did look like a ball sack. Question 5. What did the Dude What Podcast boys watch on the only episode with Stevie? Farting, Adam.
Could be completely wrong. I think I am, but was it Coyote Ugly?
No, that was episode 8 with Fee. Hamby.
Don't know. I'd say Cats, but I know it wasn't that.
No, episode 1. I'll give you one more shot each. Try and get some scores from this round.
Oh, I don't know. What did you watch?
It's a classic. It's an all-time classic bad film. And it relates to someone who something might have happened to recently. Maybe a legendary rock star that may or may not have passed away very recently. Adam.
Was it Rocky Horror Show?
It was a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I wanted to say that, but I didn't know if I should.
Nicely done. Okay. Last question. Now this is going to be a guess from both of you, but it's to the closest number wins. Roughly, how many beers have been drunk on the podcast in total? That's beers for me. That's beers for everyone. Adam, you farted. What's up?
Is this beers just for? Is this beers in total? What's he been making it? What's been sat there?
This is beers on air been drunk. Yeah. No, not just the what are we drinking. This is beers on air been drunk.
132.
But yeah, I guess it is what are we drinking.
132.
Okay.
If it's not including what we're drinking.
It is the what we drinking. We don't drink outside of the what we drinking.
Okay, so if it's just for what we drinking,
then
it's going to be 74.
Okay, Hamby?
72.
Wow.
72. Okay.
Cheeky.
Drum roll. Hamby gets the point. It's 60. Roughly 60
Cheeky.
beers have been drunk. Oh, actually, it's not 60. It's actually 63 now. Now that we've done this, because I'm counting your Captain Morgan's as a beer.
Undercutting.
Nicely done. Okay. Right. That is that round. We're on the last section now, guys. And this section is all about video games.
Ooh.
So, question 1. What year did Assassin's Creed 2 release and on which consoles? That was very close. I think
So-
Adam just got there.
That was definitely me, bro. Assassin's Creed 2. I want to say 2009, and on PS3 and Xbox 360.
Correcto, man.
Yeah.
2009, PS3 and Xbox 360. Nicely done. Okay, next question. Which was the first Nintendo console for optical discs? Hamby.
GameCube?
Correcto. GameCube. Nicely
Nice.
done. All right. Question 3. What is the original first-person shooter game? Farting. Adam.
Is it Doom?
Incorrect. Throwing it
No.
over.
Is it Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein 3D. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I knew it was one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those two.
I was going to say Doom before you got it wrong.
Okay. Question 4. What colour are Spyro the Dragon's wings? Hamby.
His wings. Ooh.
You can't buzz and then think about it. You've got to...
I'm going to go for it. Purple. I'm going to go for it purple.
Incorrect. Adam.
Yellow. Ish.
Hamby.
Blue?
No.
Gold.
I'll give you another chance to buzz in.
Gold.
So close. So...
Oh, come on.
Hey!
Go on.
Orange.
Yes,
Oh,
orange.
for fuck's sake, man.
Okay.
Hammy, pick up
Right.
the pieces.
Right. Adam, I don't think you can win this now, but there's a couple more questions to go. Okay, question 5. What is the nickname for the Type 26 assault gun carriage featured in the Halo series? Now, you can have hints if you want hints, but that's the question. The nickname for the Type 26 assault gun carriage. No Googling.
I don't know.
Do you want hints? Oh, Hamby's going for an answer. Go, Hamby.
Battle rifle.
No. Adam.
Give me a hint.
Okay, I can give you a hint, but I've got to let Hamby join back in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, it's a Covenant vehicle. It's a Covenant tank equivalent. It's always purple. It's got like a big plasma launcher. Hamby.
Is it the ghost thing? Ghost?
No, the Ghost is the smaller one that drives fast. Adam.
I don't know. I'm not too hot on my Halo, to be honest.
Oh, not too hot in the Halo. You throw. I want you guys to get more points. You throwing it back out there, or you?
I'm throwing it back out there.
Don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know. All right, give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Wraith. Last question. Question 6. What is the best-selling FIFA game of all time? Hamby.
FIFA 2015.
No. Adam.
I'm going to say FIFA 2013.
No. Both have another guess.
FIFA 08.
No.
FIFA 14.
No. Last guess. Hamby.
FIFA 22?
No. It was FIFA 18. At
FIFA 18?
26.4 million copies sold. Well, that's
FIFA
it, ladies
13
and
was a
gentlemen.
dot.
We have come to the end of the first DWP podcast quiz. This was Grizz versus Hamby, and one of you guys cleaned up. One of
Pick
you
up the
guys
pieces.
didn't do so well. So, Adam, you got 4 points. Hamby, you got 8 points, bro. Double. Yeah. Right on. What did you guys think of that? I thought you would both breeze the chili pepper section, I'll be honest.
That
The
was
lyrics
hard.
is the hardest one, mate.
That was hard.
Was it actually?
Yeah, the thing is, if you listen to it, you know it, but when you
But I didn't just copy and paste these. I wrote these questions down. I knew all the answers to them.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
know it's
knew
tricky.
all of those.
listen-
The only one that I didn't quite remember was I knew the light bulb suits, but I couldn't remember what performance it was. I thought it was Woodstock '99, but that was the one where everything was on fire.
Yeah.
And they played Fire by Jimmy. Yeah.
Rematch next week. Be there, be square.
Well, anytime you guys want to throw down again, we can have a rematch.
Right
So,
here, right
Hamby,
now. Rematch.
Off air.
Hamby, congratulations! You've won the first ever DWP quiz time. Yeah, there's no prizes, so just.
But
yeah,
I tell you
one.
what, though. I tell you the one thing is Hamby didn't get the one right about the beer on his first episode.
No, he didn't. You were straight on that.
I was straight on that, yeah. That was months ago.
Yeah,
That was June last year.
That was literally like so. I think Hamby, you appeared on episode 3, and Adam, you were episode 5, I believe. But technically, it was recorded episode 4. So, yeah, there was couple of weeks between you guys. But yeah, it was early days of the podcast. And as you know, the podcast has now shifted, so we don't watch films anymore on it. But yeah, so that's why I thought I'd throw back some of those old questions to the older days when that's what we used to do. Boys, it's been a super cool episode. I've really enjoyed chatting to you guys, and I hope you've enjoyed co-hosting this episode with me.
Yeah, it's been really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, had a great time.
And I hope that everyone at home has really enjoyed listening to this. If you want to email us in any sort of suggestions for future episodes, or you want to say anything to Mr. Grizzly Bear or Mr. Callum Hamby, you can do so. Send us an email, dudewutpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram @dudewutpodcast. We're also on Facebook. I don't know, just search DudeWutPodcast on Facebook. That's where you'll find us. Speakpipe.com /DudeWutPodcast. Send us a voice message. That would be really cool. What you can also do if you really enjoy this podcast and you want to support us and sort of help us make this better, you can go to buymeacoffee.com /DudeWutPodcast, and you can buy me a coffee, which is basically throwing a £1 coin our way. Completely optional. You don't have to do it, but the choice is there. If you want to, we'd really appreciate it. So, yeah, buymeacoffee.com /DudeWutPodcast.
Please send an email if you think Hamby cheated on the quiz.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit sus actually at one point because he had a glazed look in his eye, and I thought he might have been Googling. But
I
the
can
thing
always
with,
see Google in his eyes.
The thing with Hamby is when I get his audio file later, if he types anything on that keyboard, I can hear it, so I'll know if he was typing during that quiz.
You know what I'm looking at. You know what I'm looking at on Google.
What you looking at?
Because Adam knows he likes football. I'm looking at Sky Sports transfer deadline day. feed. That's literally what I'm looking
chicken
at.
close
You
close to midnight.
absolute sad bastard.
That's literally what I'm looking at.
Dot Simulator 5000. As I was saying, you can hit us up. Episodes every Tuesday. We'll be doing a live stream on Friday, although I'm not quite sure what we'll be playing. We did try to play that Rainbow Six Extraction, but I kind of feel like that had its shot and it didn't let us play it, so I'm not really that interested in playing it now. Maybe we'll play a bit of Overcooked or something. I've been thinking about revisiting that. Usually joined by Hamby and sometimes Tomo. Adam, you're always welcome to join us on the live streams.
I will sometime on the working a night shift this week, but
well, anytime, man.
I will do it at some point.
You at home can join the live stream. Just send an email, as I said, dudewutpodcast@gmail.com, or add the gamertag DudeWutPod. Videos go up on YouTube, so that the last video where we played a bit of Warzone is now on YouTube, although, again, I apologise for the horrific quality. I don't know why it's like that. It should be good. It's a brand new Xbox. But the quality is not great, but at least you get to hear the chat. You get to hear, like, Tomo, calm as anything, being like, got 1, got 2, got 3, got 4, 5 kills, tango down, go, go, go. Everybody, we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Take it easy. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.
In a bit.
Possibly.
Nice.